73? 5. Nah, I use 3 a lot. We gotta go like 9,745. I like that. No one finishes numbers at 5. We're going birding. We're looking for a particular owl and an area that I very recently heard there were some sightings. Stoke is hot, coffee cups filled, mom's banana bread is plated and buttered. Well, we're off to a decent start. We just literally pulled off and saw 2 magpies and a flicker. I take that as a good sign that the day is birdie. It's not quite overcast, but it's kind of flat, and I've actually found that some of those very still, flat days are better, at least just for movement and sighting, and birds don't feel so exposed. But we're gonna start crawling and scanning. Oh, there's a tuft of something, these little puffballs. We've got pine cones of excitement and puffballs of excitement, but that's definitely not a bird. All right, we are here. We've already got like some magpie action, and there used to be a rhyme that my mom would tell me. I don't know if it was Irish or not, but it was for magpies. And we have a shooting range. Or someone just practicing, so I guess we'll have to go up the road and get away from that a little bit. But can't imagine the world. It's always what you want when you're looking for birds. Loud, sharp noises. But no, that's like an official range, so we'll get past that. But these magpies don't seem to be bothered. So 1 for sorrow, 2 for joy, 3 for a girl, 4 for a boy, 5 for silver, 6 for gold, and 7 for a secret never to be told. And we saw 4 for a boy. And I can hear some, what sounds like maybe pheasants. But I think I was actually hearing our turkeys. They're just way up there. We've been walking like 30, 40 minutes now, probably a mile or 2, not even, maybe a mile and a half. We're really starting to get to there's some stations out for the pheasants. This is a pheasant release area. But the stellar jays and the magpies are really taking advantage, which is great. But if you know stellar jays and magpies, they're like nature's alarm bells. So anytime I get close or walk, they just freak out and they keep leaping ahead of me. So element of surprise, maybe lost, but we'll see if we can get some cool photos of the stellars and magpies. But this is a really cool area. It feels very, very calm and like very undisturbed. And there's nobody else up here today. Seen quite a bit of coyote scat. Well, maybe what is skunk? I'm not sure. Skunk or a raccoon probably. But yeah, there's lots of activity. So good sign. So we came up. We started way down there in the bottom of the valley. Working my way up to that crest. I thought I could have sworn I heard one. It was just like only a couple of calls, and I know they have a little toot. There was a couple of stellar jays getting close, and I wondered if it was a bit of a distress call, but I just waited and waited. Didn't see anything, didn't hear it again, so I kind of had to keep moving. But I just thought I would check some of these other drainages. There's no trail, so I'm just kind of hoofing it. The road is just on the other side of 1 or 2 more of these. I might just kind of traverse like side hill until I get to the road. I'm getting my workout in for sure, like carrying this thing around. There's a couple little game paths that are helping, but came up this from way down there. Kind of heading up towards this. Probably just side hill up that. I guessed right in the sense that the trail is just a little discontinued road with a gate across this next drainage, and it goes like way around this hill. Or I could just like kind of bust it straight up because the road switches back. I just don't know if it's going to give me any advantage. Like I'll get to the top quote unquote faster, but top is not necessarily where the birds are. So it's like, do I want to go slower and look harder, or do I want to get to the top and then work my way down? This is a cool area. I've never been back here. We started down in the bottom like an hour ago. Not quite. It would be cool to make it up to there, up to the tip, but I just don't know that it's really giving me any advantage. And the wind is starting to pick up, which is only a bummer because it just makes the sound a little muffled. The road I'm going to is right there, and it wraps around, but I kind of want to check out this little grove of trees right up here, and then I think I'll just traverse around that and not drop like way down, because just like going down again is after climbing the last like hour, I'm not trying to give anything back. The road's below us now, which is good. It should connect back over here somewhere as we wrap around. I don't know, it seems a little open for them. I mean, I've not seen one, right? So it's like, been pretty quiet. The wind is kind of coming in and out. These lone ponderosas are definitely owly. They're also gonna just see me coming from so far off that I just don't know what kind of chances I have here. But we're already up here. It's really beautiful. The route has been covered in deer and bighorn sheep scat. When in doubt, find poop on the route. And I've been following these little goat paths. They're just enough, and they're about perfect for getting around. These side hills and traverses on some of this steep terrain, you can find just little bits of goat path. We're gonna kind of just creep up on some of these ponderosas, and I'll be able to see my car pretty soon. I might shortcut it on the way out and just go straight down the hill, but really beautiful area. Oh yeah. Well, there's my car way down there. Can't hardly see it. Like, we walked all the way up the valley, all the way till about that drainage there, and then up and across. No pygmy owls yet. Oh well, that was a pretty good loop. Back down the road now. Started down in the valley. Did not see any. Could have sworn I heard one. And there was a couple stellar jays that were just going insane about something. And they'll kind of tip you off sometimes. The wind started to pick up and started to just get a little bit too breezy for my liking. But heading back to the car, gonna drive up the road. Gonna see if we can just have a little bit of time, have a couple more hours before I gotta go back. Just really feels birdie. So we're not giving up yet. I'm excited to ever spot one if I do, because I just really want to know how similar the pine cones actually look compared to what they are. All right, we may not be getting as extreme now, but do believe we're still effectively searching for pygmy owls. Lots of birds out. It's getting windy, which is kind of a bummer. It just makes it difficult to hear them, difficult to see them. I think they kind of hunker down, which maybe isn't a bad thing, but there's a lot more of those variable and smaller ponderosas, like the saplings that are 6 to 10 feet tall, and I just feel like if I'm gonna get a good view of one, it's gonna be on one of those anyway. Well, add that to the list. I think I got the best shot of a white-breasted nuthatch I've gotten this year. So we're hotter on the trail, I believe, because we're getting a little higher up into the valley, and we're much more in the forest now. Kind of this gladed out trees with a little valley and some meadows. And feels a lot more covered and a lot more owly. Yeah, just these meadows with little stands of trees, and we're gonna keep looking. This habitat was what I was searching for, and I just walked probably like 8 miles, 7 or 8 miles, and just had to drive up the road like 2. So I might even get out. I need to warm up. I used all my energy to hike all the way around, and I need to warm up in the car a little bit, but it's probably worth a walk around because the car can create just enough noise to disturb them. I'm covering pretty good ground, but this habitat looks like exactly what I was looking for and thinking. I mean, I haven't seen one ever, so I'm not exactly sure where they are, but this looks really promising. So we got about 6 or 7 miles up the road. I could probably go further, but I haven't been up there before. The snow is starting to get packed down and it's a little bit slushy, and I just don't want to, there's like nothing up here and there's nowhere to go. We parked under this pretty sweet old ponderosa. The habitat, there's little creeks. It's a lot calmer up here in the narrow valley and a lot quieter. So I'm pretty excited about that because I think hearing one is going to be really my only chance. I might just kind of pluck my way along, just walk around some of these little hillsides, listen for a bit, and then give myself like an hour and start crawling back down. This area is really cool. It feels really, really just wildlife in general. I mean, I know that there are cougars back here, there's bobcats, there's black bear. Just a couple drainages over, I mean, people have sighted wolverines in Leavenworth. You know, we're not terribly far from that area. So there's wolves. I mean, with animals that have such massive ranges, you know, it would be really unlikely since they're so sensitive. Similar with these little owls. I really am really curious. I know we're right in the sweet spot of the tip that I had received to find them. And so, yeah, let's get to it. Don't notice how dirty my car is, but we got a nice little covered parking space. So these are the kind of mid-level variable height ponderosas, these younger trees. I would guess they're like maybe less than 20 years old. Probably some of them around like 10 or more. It's hard to tell up here because there's so much snow and they don't get a lot of growth, but this little drainage, this little valley, I have high hopes for, so let's see. Getting a little bit of light, getting a little bit of perspective. Oh my God. So hard to see. What the hell? Where did it go? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Right in there. So hard to see. Oh my God, we did it, we did it, we did it. This is my first pygmy owl. I never would have found him if I hadn't heard him. I was driving down the road and I stopped every once in a while and he just boop, 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 just been tooting away. He looks cold. So I was able to change my angle just a little bit, and he seems real comfortable. I didn't want to disturb him. I moved up on this little tiny hillside. Like, just moved up like a hair, and it's a better eye line with him, and a better light from this side a little bit, but he's so cool. This is crazy. He's just chilling, he or she, I'm not sure, but keeps whipping his head around, just looking around, so really cool. I can't believe we did it. Well, just like that. Let's see if he stuck around. Oh, he's still there. No way, he's really settled in. Boy, that's crazy. They said there's 3 more to come too, so we'll see. That didn't spook him, but that's a miracle. I had to run and move my car, and he's still there. Look at him. Oh man. It really is amazing how hidden they know they are, because there's 3 of those side-by-sides. Don't even get me started on those things, but I'm sure they're fun. But man, they are loud, and there's 3 more coming now, and he's undisturbed, so I'm hoping maybe we can get some of it on video, but I'm hoping he sticks around. Oh my God, here they come. People just blow right by, not knowing that there's a incredible little pygmy owl, but he must be pretty used to it by now. Those things are everywhere. He's pretty settled. It's impressive. I mean, it's not like I can't pretend like I wasn't doing the same thing. Like, we're definitely in their habitat. I don't want to get closer because I don't want to disturb him as much as those things didn't. I don't want to make him fly off. It's pretty chilly and he looks pretty cold, and I gotta go pretty soon. I meet up with my parents, but what a find. I am ecstatic. I can't wait to tell my wife. I think she's gonna be super jealous. It's almost like, in a funny way, like a relief. Like I'm going back south. I'm going back to Argentina just in like not even 2 weeks. I was really hoping to catch a glimpse of him and just have my lifer for pygmy owls. And honestly, he's just beautiful. Like even smaller than I anticipated. And I feel like I was in the right places, and I really felt strongly about some of this alder and some of these deciduous trees. You know, I had been checking the ponderosas like really hard, and I just thought some of these little aspen and paper birch, I think they're paper birch. And actually this side looks like alder maybe, but I was really thinking that those had a shot, and that was where I was gonna see him, because maybe he would be like a little tuft because those sticks are so bare. And that's exactly what it was. I heard him and I thought, no way. And you know what's funny is I thought he was much louder than he was, because I was looking way across the valley. I was looking like across the way here, like way this way when I stopped, right over here. And it literally came into focus, and he was so close that I froze, thinking, oh my gosh, I can't spook him. And then I moved a little bit, and then he was like totally chilled and was not going anywhere. So I got my stuff out of my car, grabbed my photos first, just with no tripod or anything, and some shaky video, because I was like, I have to get him at all. And then got set up and got to spend some time with him. So really special moment for me, at least. Now I can say I went and found one. But yeah, a little bit funny that I hiked like all those miles just to find him. I think he's maybe 10 feet from the road. So that should give everybody hope. I really just cannot bring myself to leave. I'm gonna be late for this game. I actually spent quite a few hours and days and miles trying to find these little guys, and just ecstatic, just elated. Don't know if I'll ever see one again, honestly. A lot of people were saying you're really likely to just come across one with pure luck. I was starting to feel like the endeavor may only be a little bit just absolutely in vain. Oh, I'm so hungry. Just impossible, basically. Goes to show you, if you keep on at it. There you are. My goodness. You're even better than I imagined. Well, I am still here. So there very well could have been another, because I'm pretty sure I just heard another one. Like, right up here on this hillside. There very well could be two. I mean, there has to be at least a handful of them. Wow. I think we got a really good, like, 20 to 30 minutes with this little guy. Or gal. And I gotta move on. I hate leaving him, but I really don't want to disturb him. And oh man, I've told my parents I was gonna see him, but what a day. He's still just right there. I got pretty much everything I can get from the angle that I was at. There's too many sticks on him from the other side, and I don't want to get any closer. I don't want to get I just don't want him to be disturbed. He seems very comfortable and is just scratching and itching and yawning, and you know if a bird is yawning that you're probably not bothering him. Good to know. But I just really don't know how many more chances I'll get to find him, and it just feels like something that you really have to cherish while it's happening and enjoy, because I just can see why they're so difficult. I can see why I feel like almost proud in a way, because I just don't know how I ever would have come across one. And now I can say in those conversations that I have with so many people who said they just kind of popped out of the woods and they got to see him. I get to say that I have now. So, wow. Oh, Now I can get a shot of me and a me and a pygmy owl, which you'll never see him. He's literally like so tiny. So there is confirmed definitely another one. They were calling each other just a second ago. Over here somewhere. But further out it sounds like, I'm not sure. Oh. I thought I just heard it. Oh my goodness. Well, we got some 60 frames a second 4K. We got some 5D Mark IV 4K. We got some really good photos. We got his tail, his head, his face. We got some looks. We got some yawns. We got some scratches. We got a pygmy owl. And by we, I mean I, me and trusty dusty Subaru, as I'm just like maybe looking like a crazy person out here to all the side-by-siders. Really comfortable little bird, really confident little bird. I don't know how many people they really see. The side-by-sides and the ATVs were just ripping by. I'm pretty sure there were 6. There were at least 2 I didn't get on camera. Just heard him tooting away. Cannot wait to show my wife this footage and my parents and stuff. I'm actually pretty bummed to take off when it's still there. Like still just chilling, it's totally comfortable, but it takes me like an hour to get out of here. I'm already gonna be a little bit late, so really grateful. Whoa. Imagining that, I thought I saw another bird. Really just unbelievable. Like we're very grateful. I don't want to overdo it. I know that I could get greedy and just shoot the same stuff over and over and over and over. I got 2 or 3 angles on it actually, and I was pretty excited about that because once they're not moving, you know, I really don't want to move. I don't want to disturb them. I don't want them to fly away. I don't want to like, we had a good list today. Man, white-breasted nuthatch, decent shot, pygmy owl, unreal, magpies, some stellar jays, some juncos, a couple golden eagles, maybe even 3. Still have a whole drive out of here, so I don't even know what to say. I'm like, it's so difficult for me to leave this thing.
Success! Wow. I mean, unbelievable. I don't know how the good Lord hath provided, but trying to find an itty bitty little owl of all birds. Like, I mean, birds are hard enough to find. It's the end of February 2024. First pygmy owl. Hopefully more to come. What a trip. That is wild. It's one of those things where it changes everything you feel like you know about birding or nature or wildlife. If they're gonna be cool with you and give you a moment and be comfortable with you, they're going to. And you gotta try your hardest and be respectful. But there were ATVs ripping by, the wind was blowing. It must have been 15 feet off the road and just very settled, very comfortable. Unreal. I'm gonna be so late. My parents are gonna have to understand because that was like a once in a lifetime wildlife moment. At least I feel like. I really don't know how often people are seeing them. You must be able to find them, but really good spot, really good place to return. I'm sure this area is completely different every season. Maybe it gets a little busy. Guns going off, the firing range nearby, people shooting illegally in some places. That thing was, he was so comfy and just in his zone and in his happy place. I couldn't be more psyched. So now I gotta safely get out of here and not go too fast. And yeah, have the rest of the weekend.